Okay, so this is how you're going to be editing these Butterfly 73 photos. So select the photos that you're going to be using to edit in the raw folder, and then drop and drag them into Lightroom. And you can take note that it's in the library that you're dropping these in. Now once they've all finished importing, you want to hit Control A to select all, go into Develop. Now as they're all selected, hit the Butterfly 73 preset. Now hit Sync and hit Check All. You should check all the boxes and hit Synchronize. This will apply the preset to all the photos. Now it's your job to go individually with each photo, just check the exposure and only the exposure. So click the exposure tab and modify it with the plus and minus keys on the keyboard. This is the fastest way to edit photos. As you can take note, this is the correct exposure for the club photography exposure that we needed, and try and read the histogram. I've created this preset so that the subject, as the people are there just to get them to separate it from the background so they actually pop out of the image. So don't adjust any of the contrast or any of these, or even any of these. Just purely focus on exposure. Okay, especially for white girls, you're gonna have to drop the exposure slightly because of the nature of their skin. So you might have to drop this probably half a stop down. And still reading the histogram for guidance. See how they're slightly overexposed? You have to drop it down until you get this little nice gradient. And that is the correct exposure. Now for people with darker skin and complexions, or sometimes the shot is a bit further away, you have to increase the exposure. And that is the right exposure. Okay, these two shots, because their skin is a lot darker, you're gonna have to increase the exposure. And sometimes you might need to crop in a slight touch, just so that they're centered. Just leaving a bit of headroom for them. And that is the best way to edit these photos. Okay, so if you ever get shots like this, where it's completely off with the composition, you want to just crop it in so that it's evenly spaced out. And that way you get a much better framing. Okay, so once you're happy with the edits, you want to just double check and make sure all the exposure is right. Just flick through all the photos again, just one last time. And once you're happy, hit Control A to select all. File, export, and you want to put it in the right folder. Create another folder that says watermarked. And rename it the correct title. So it would be Butterfly 73. And the date, which was the 21st of the 4th, 18. File settings, let's keep it at limit file size to 1500. Image sizing, 72 dpi is fine. And the watermark. So you want to double check that the watermark is good. And we're going to be using the Butterfly 73 logo. Happy with that. So these are the correct settings. and just hit export. Okay, so once all the photos have been exported, just double check a couple of them, make sure that the watermark is sitting well, exposures are fine, and you're happy with the result. So once that's done, hit Control A again, select all, and then you're going to drag all of these into the respected Dropbox folder, which Chuck has access to it. So it's called Butterfly 73, Photos, the latest one, which is the date, Edits, Watermarked, and drag them all into here. Now while this is going, to multitask, you want to actually go into Lightroom as well, because we need the unwatermarked versions. So select all again, Command A, File, Export. Same name, except you're going to be unticking the watermark option. Now you're going to choose a different folder and create another one which says unwatermarked or non-watermarked. Select that folder and export. Now do this while the other photos are being uploaded onto Dropbox, just so it saves time.